Now this is a very similar in question to number 7 on exercise 8c, except my question is much shorter. And it asked how many terms there are for this, and you could actually, with this being such a small number, probably quickly figure out what it actually is. So for this one, it's actually 4 terms. Now, more importantly though, I want to show you the method, so I wanted to keep the numbers simple for this. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the formula. As we're given the sum to n terms, the sum to n terms equals n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. Now, usually we're actually given the sum this time. Normally we're trying to find the sum, so we can substitute in for the sum. So the sum is 26. N we don't know, that's what we have to find. A for this question is 2, so 2 times 2 is 4. Plus n minus 1, and once again we don't know. And d for this sequence we can see is 3. Now I'm going to switch this around. Instead of putting n minus 1d, I'm going to do dn minus 1, just so this looks a little bit nicer when I multiply out. Also, I'm going to cross multiply with the 2 here to get rid of this fraction. So when I distribute here, I get 4 plus 3 times n is 3n. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And I'm going to go ahead and simplify here straight away. So 4 take away 3 is just 1. So we have 1 plus 3n. Now we can go ahead and distribute this. So n times 1 is n times 3n is 3n squared. And what we actually have here is we have a quadratic. So if I want to solve a quadratic, I want to set this equal to 0. So 3n squared plus n, just rewrite in the order for that. Switch the 52 across. And then we've got a couple of different methods we can do for this. We can either use the quadratic formula or we can factor. Most of your questions, the numbers are going to be too big to do that, so to factor. So I think we should probably go ahead and use the quadratic formula for this. So a equals 3 and b equals 1 and c equals negative 52. And our formula for that is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. So if I plug the numbers in here, I've got negative 1. 1 squared is obviously just 1. 4 times 3 times negative 52. So I got 12 times by negative 52. Which is, turns out to be positive 624. Because of the two negatives, the negative here and here. All divided by 2 times a, where a is 3, so that's going to give us 6. Now 625 is a perfect square. That's 25. So we've got two answers. If we do negative 1 plus 25, we get 24 divided by 6 is 4. Or if we do negative 1 take away 25, we get negative 26 divided by 6, which is negative 4.5. Now, to have a negative number of terms doesn't make sense for this. So actually our solution for this one is just n equals 4, which, like I said, we could have seen much easier just from the start of this question because I chose smaller numbers. But when you do that exercise 8c question 7, your numbers aren't quite so nice. So that's your setup for this question. A lot of people in class have been getting this one wrong because instead of doing the sum to n terms, they've been using the a plus n minus 1d formula to try and find n. Every time you're given the sum, make sure you use the sum formula to avoid that mistake.